Chapter 13, Yellow and White. 10 true or false sample test questions follow. The correct answers to these 10 questions will be found in the current chapter material. It is suggested pausing the audio to read these sample test questions. Continue the audio after completing your review. Yellow and white. Yellow. Question. The yellow pavement line marking is always left and never right. True or false? Approximately 4 decades ago, yellow pavement line markings began to appear on our roadway system. Prior to that time, all roadway markings were white. The major purpose for the yellow pavement line markings is identify opposite direction traffic. Certainly, by now every course taker should be able to answer with 100% correctness which vehicles in picture number 13-2 below are traveling in the correct direction. This is the same question or picture from Chapter 3, in which many of you did not answer correctly at that time. Yes, the D team is 100% certain every course taker knows the correct answer. Vehicles number 1, number 2, and number 3 are traveling in the correct direction. Each of those vehicles has the yellow pavement line marking on the left side of the roadway they are using. Vehicle number 4 should immediately reverse course since the yellow pavement line marking is on the passenger side of that vehicle, indicating wrong direction travel. More on yellow pavement line markings. Not only does yellow identify the direction of travel, but it also identifies when it is legal to overtake and pass on the left. Solid yellow pavement line markings are used primarily to identify both the threat of opposite direction traffic and where overtaking passing on the left is illegal. Picture number 13-3 below. Broken yellow pavement line markings are used to identify the threat of opposite direction traffic and where overtaking passing on the left is legal. Pictures number 13-4 and number 13-5 below. Occasionally, dashed yellow lines will be used to guide the motorist through a left turn. See picture number 13-6 below. These guidelines are shorter than broken yellow lines and should not be crossed. Even more yellow. Repeat initial question. The yellow pavement line marking is always left and never right. True or false? In the examples presented so far, the yellow line is always left and never right. But there is more to come. It is not yet time for the correct answer. Two-way left turn lane, shared center lane. In picture number 13-7 above, traffic traveling in both directions are permitted to use this lane for left turns. Upon entering the two-way left turn lane, shared center lane, not only will there be a yellow line on the left of the vehicle, there will also be a yellow line on the right of the vehicle. Answer: yes. The yellow line is always left, but it can also be right at the same time when the vehicle is positioned in a two-way left turn lane, shared center lane. So the correct answer to the question is false. Yellow, final use. Double-dashed yellow lines are used to identify a reversible lane. Direction of traffic can be switched. Picture number 13-8 below. The Bay Bridge crossing the Chesapeake River is the closest reversible lane the D team is aware exists. Delaware does not yet have reversible lanes. The direction of travel in a reversible lane is determined by an overhead signal. A green arrow indicates it is legal to enter this lane, and a red X indicates this lane is for opposite direction traffic only. Do not enter. Yellow and white. White. Question: if it is white, then it belongs on the right. True or false? Previously in this chapter, it was identified that decades ago, the only color of pavement line markings were white. However, by now you realize that yellow has joined white pavement line markings in identifying such driving behaviors as passing, lane changing, and direction of travel. Purpose number 1 for a white line is to separate lanes of traffic traveling in the same direction. The white line marking can be solid, broken, or even dashed. However, the main purpose is still the same: separating lanes of traffic traveling in the same direction. In picture number 13-9 above, single solid white lines are separating lanes of traffic traveling in the same direction. The solid white lines can be on both the left and right of traffic traveling in the same direction. In picture number 13-10 above, the broken white pavement lines separate traffic traveling in the same direction. Similar to the single solid white line, they can be either on the left or right of your vehicle. The broken white lines are painted in locations where lane changing is less hazardous than locations such as approaching a traffic light intersection. Important DelDOT inconsistencies. The following is a direct quote from a DelDOT letter to the D team dated February 16, 2010, concerning inconsistencies in pavement line markings. It says, "In the photo you enclose, you show two intersections on Concord, Pike, in New Castle County. In one photo, the road has broken white lines as the road approaches an intersection. In the other photo, there are solid white lines as the road approaches an intersection. Your letter asks why there are such inconsistencies. According to our traffic engineers, the reason for this is that the regulations have recently changed for striping at intersections. Some intersections were painted before the regulation change, which explains the inconsistency." Extra point. The solid white line on the right in picture number 13-10 above is marking the right shoulder of the road and is not to be used as traffic lane. The double solid white line, picture number 13-11 above, is the strongest prohibitive pavement line marking. Your vehicle tires are not permitted to touch a double solid white line. No turning, no lane changing. Additionally, the D team takes the position that once a single solid white line begins to separate into a channeling design, it should be considered the same as a double solid white line. Do not touch. Picture number 13-12 below is an example of channeling. Lastly, white dash pavement line markings will be discussed. Picture number 13-13 below. The dash white pavement line markings are shorter in length than broken white line markings, and they are used for several different purposes. 1. Guidelines in a turn, as in picture number 13-13 above, can be on the left, on the right, and even on both the left and right depending on the number of turning lanes. 2. Preferred entry points for turn lanes, as in picture number 13-14 below, can either be on the left or the right depending on whether you are entering a right turn lane or a left turn lane. The dash white line pavement markings, picture number 13-15 above, can be used to identify the lane is about to end and a merge or yield will be required. Again, the dashed white line marking can either be left or right, depending on which side of the road your vehicle is traveling. Repeat question. If it's white, then it belongs on the right. True or false? Answer. False. While yellow pavement line markings are always left and only on rare occasions right, at the same time the white pavement line markings can be left or right and even left-right at the same time. More about yellow and white. Picture number 13-16 below is a different category of yellow and white, traffic sign. The black and white sign, white arrow, is the law, while the yellow and black sign, yellow arrow, is essentially a request. Slight sidestep from yellow and white pavement markings. Which of the three signs in picture number 13-17 below has the better chance of obtaining the desired result? It's unanimous. The fines double sign is the winner. Unfortunately, it is almost an absolute that most motorists are more concerned about their pocketbook, man's law, than about safety, nature's law, when operating their motor vehicle, a sometimes fatal mistake. Back to yellow and white. In picture number 13-18 below, Delaware motorists are again faced with an inaccuracy in the critical area of pavement line markings. Take a quick look and see if you can locate the pavement line markings inaccuracy in this City of Wilmington roadway before proceeding to picture number 13-19, which shows the corrected markings. Take one more look at picture number 13-18 above before looking at picture number 13-19 below for the answer to which pavement line marking or markings need to be corrected. Yes, you are correct. The pavement line marking identified by the black arrow in picture number 13-19 above was originally painted yellow. Even a beginning driver knows a yellow pavement line marking identifies opposite direction traffic to the left. There are small exceptions to the opposite direction traffic principle, but this is not one of them. Unfortunately, DelDOT and/or the city of Wilmington allowed this mistake to exist for years. Yellow and white, the ultimate inaccuracy. Below in picture number 13-20 is a yellow and white inaccuracy which defies explanation. Not only are the pavement line markings bizarre, but the location of this monstrosity is beyond belief. Broken yellow line means two-way road and a legal passing zone. Who could possibly be this incompetent? See below. Division of Motor Vehicles. Adding insult to injury, the DelDOT justification for this inexcusable calamity is not only embarrassing, but it also demonstrates a cavalier attitude that is unacceptable by a taxpayer-funded state of Delaware employee. Picture number 13-21 directly below is a News Journal article referencing this DelDOT Castle County DMV ultimate inaccuracy. Unfortunately, the printing in the article is too unclear to read, so the D team will translate it for you. The DelDOT employee making the uninformed, irrational defense is being given the undeserved courtesy of having his name redacted. The D team Fix-It question to the News Journal. The exit at DMV Castle County facility has broken yellow lines, which means a legal passing zone, and was curious why they were painted yellow instead of white when it is one way. Response from DelDOT to the News Journal and Delaware motorist. Division Director for Facilities Management agreed the lines are the wrong color and said it was a contractor mistake. However, it doesn't appear to be a safety issue, so given the state's current budget climate, officials do not plan to fix it at this time. Unless a safety issue arises, the paint will not be corrected until the next time the lot is restriped, which will be whenever the current paint wears off, he said. Shazam! Our taxpayer-paid spokesman is dangerously misinforming all Delaware motorists that visit the Castle County DMV facility the following. When traveling on a road that separates two traffic lanes with a broken yellow line, it is safe to drive on either side, right or left, of that broken yellow line. Contractor blamed. The contractor should fix it free of charge. Perhaps it really wasn't the contractor's fault, but DelDOT is trying to escape blame. You be the judge. News flash for DelDOT. Only a fool would travel in the wrong direction on roads they travel every day. It is when driving on unfamiliar roads the horrific tragedy can strike. For the record, every year motorists die because they don't know the meaning of a yellow line. Direction of travel. It belongs on the driver's left. DelDOT needs to adjust their thinking when it comes to above statement by their representative. It doesn't appear to be a safety issue, unless a safety issue. As it currently stands, the ultimate inaccuracy at the Castle County DMV is a safety issue. Fix it. Slogan help. When is left right? Answer. When it's yellow, left is right. Yes, when the pavement line marking is yellow, left is right. Correct. The D team agrees this slogan is correct only 98% of the time. However, the 2% exceptions to the left-right slogan, reversible lanes and shared center lane pictured immediately below, which can have yellow on both the left and right at the same time, have been previously discussed in this course. Yellow and white. One more time. The D team will now list the differences between a double solid yellow pavement line marking and a double solid white pavement line marking as seen in pictures number 13-22A and number 13-22B below. Double solid yellow pavement line marking. Picture number 13-22A above left. 1. Opposite direction of travel. Belongs on motorist left. 2. No passing. 3. Legal left turns. 4. Legal U-turn unless prohibited by sign or other restrictions such as approaching a hill, curve, or intersection. Double solid white pavement line marking. Picture number 13-22B above right. 1. Same direction of travel, located on either the left or right of the motorist. 2. No lane change. 3. No turns. 4. No U-turns. HOV, white triangle, 2 or more. Picture number 13-23 directly above is showing a double solid white pavement line marking separating same direction traffic. Additionally, there is displayed a white diamond painted in the lane immediately to the left of the double solid white line marking. The white diamond indicates the traffic lane where it is located is a high occupancy vehicle lane, HOV, requiring 2 or more occupants in any vehicle that travels in a lane marked in this manner. It should be noted that an HOV lane will have specific entrance and exit points. Crossing a double solid white pavement line marking to either enter or exit the HOV lane would be considered a violation. Although HOV lanes are not currently common in the state of Delaware, many Delaware motorists will travel in states where they are present and should be familiar with their rules and laws. Below, in picture number 13-24, are excerpts from the State of California Rules Regulations referencing HOV lanes. While other states that have HOV lanes may differ from California, nevertheless, the below picture number 13-24 pretty much covers it all. 1. Children. 2. Pets. 3. Inflatable dolls. See picture number 13-25 below. 4. Infants still in the womb. 5. Motorcycles. 6. Ghost. Picture number 13-24. Question. What's an HOV lane? Answer. High occupancy vehicle lane or carpool lane. The central concept for HOV lanes is to move more people rather than more cars. Some HOV lanes carry almost half the people carried on the entire freeway. Regular mixed-flow lanes are never converted to HOV lanes. Rather, HOV lanes are always added to existing facilities. Each vehicle that travels on an HOV lane must carry the minimum number of people posted at the entrance signs. Usually that means at least 2 people, or in some cases 3 people. Each child counts as an occupant, but pets, infants still in the womb, inflatable dolls, or ghosts do not. We've heard 'em all. Violators are subject to a minimum of $481 fine. Exceptions. Motorcycles, even those carrying just 1 person, are allowed to use the HOV lanes. Some HOV lanes are in operation only during certain hours, which are posted. Outside of those hours, they may be used by all vehicles. Cops spots fashionable HOV mannequin. SOS. You can drive smart or you can drive stupid.